Current slide. Okay, continue to share. Alrighty, you guys, let's get going. Okay, so month end checklist. So this is what I was actually I just thought about this an hour ago. Threw this on. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's month end. And I was gonna pull out this checklist and start checking off my stuff. So if you're brand new, some of this might not be something you're using now, but take a screenshot of it and save it, okay? And you can adjust it to your business because this is something where as you grow a team. So the lady I did a sit down with last week, I did a sit down too. She still hasn't ordered yet, so I got to follow up with her, but I think she's waiting because she really liked the products and she wants to also possibly be a planner and she was going to talk to her husband. So I need to follow up with her. She said she had a busy weekend and we're going to talk this week. So she loved it that much from the sit down. Okay. So month end checklist, let's finish strong. So I want you to make sure you checking yourself, but also check your team. Okay. So check your team. Okay. So 10 lifetime, 1,000 SP and 10 customers. Oops. It should be, sorry, that should be active customers, not lifetime or 10 lifetime customers, 10 customers. You unlock your uni level. Okay. So I believe that's lifetime. Am I wrong with that? I was just doing this at 7 and I'm
No,
like,
you're right. You're right, Leah.
I'm right with that one. It's the other ones that are 10 active. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So 10 lifetime customers. So if they just ordered, you have them in the system and they only ordered once ever, they count as a lifetime customer. Okay. So that is important to make sure you know. So are you at that? That's going to unlock uni level. Yes, you get recognition. Yay, recognition is great. But it also unlocks payment throughout your team as you build your team. And if you're building this team, if you're sharing with excitement, enthusiasm, and opportunity, I never share half of my business because I don't know who is looking right now. I don't know who I is like the reason they're not going to buy my products is because financially they're not okay. Then they're the reason or they need this as a business, right? We can all agree with that, right? So I never know. Sometimes you think the reason they're not going to buy is because of XYZ. 9 times out of 10, I will tell you, it's because it's not in their budget right now, but they really want to. That's why you have to share both. Okay. You are serving and helping people. I don't know who I'm serving. So 2000 SP. Okay. So this is now a cap that's in it. So 200 each order. So look for that. So you're going to have your retail orders and then your cap orders. So look at cap orders, 2000 SP capped and 10 active customers that month. Okay. That might seem like a lot when you're brand new. Okay. Keep working with proper customer follow-up, which we're going to talk about. And I'm going to get you a proper follow-up system so that you will build those because I get 50% or more. Sometimes I actually hit 4,000 SP in just past customers. That's it, without anybody new. How many of you want that kind of business? Put that in the chat, right? We want that. Okay. So, yes, like this is huge. And then you're building on that. So, right now I hit 4,000, 5,000 SP a month. My goal is to hit 10,000 SP a month because that's where my business is going with proper follow up. 2,000 SP cap and 10 active customers going to lock that extra 5% retailer bonus. So on all my customer orders, I am now getting another 5%. That's huge. 4,000 SB capped and 20 active customers. Okay, you're going to unlock another 5%. So a total of 10% retail bonuses. That's massive. That's why I'm like, I don't want to leave any money at the table. So if you're like me and you don't want to leave any money on the table, I get it. I get it. I am not doing this. Yes, it's fun business, but I'm not doing this for fun. I'm doing this to build a business for myself. You know, I'm healing. My story is I'm healing from cancer and I had to lose my home during this journey. I had to lose things in my life to pay for my treatments because I've been running with a holistic route. So where the doctors say they cannot save me, and I'm still here and I have energy. So this is, this is my story that I need to make money. Okay. And I hope other people here can be like, oh, Leah can do it. I can do it too. Okay. That's why I'm sharing that because you can do it. All right. So then you go three active customers. That's going to unlock your team commissions. Okay. So if you have a little team manager, senior manager, you've hit that. Get your three active for the month. Now, if you don't hit it, that's okay. The month that you do hit it, you will get your back pay on your team commissions. Okay. However, if you're in business, the minimum you should have is five buying customers a month. That should just be on your radar. Maybe you can't do 10 right now and you're new, but five. Let's put that on that board. And when you hit it, I need you to raise that now. Celebrate yourself. Pat yourself on your back. Okay, I hit five. I'm going to move to 10. Okay. Some of you are going to hit 10, 15, 20 out of the gate because you have a lot of people you know. You are very highly connected. Okay. That was me. I am very highly connected. Okay. I know a lot of people. So make a list. My journey is not the same as your journey. Okay. So make a list of people and be excited, go with them, and then we can grow in other areas of trainings. Okay. 3 month, so five active customers unlock their team leader. Okay. 3 month volume needed. I'm going to admit her to rank advance for your lifetime rank. So, how close are you to manager? How close are you to senior manager? But also, go check in your back office how close your team members are. Go check on them. So, in your back office, when you go in there, you can see all the new planners on your team. Backtrack that calendar so you can see who's running out of time to hit their manager or senior manager. How much more do they have? We need to be in touch with them right now. It's amazing what people can do in that last week, right? And also, if they're in business, some people that's where they invest, especially with these Mother Day specials. What a great time to invest and then get $20 and $40 per pack or whatever it is, depending on what they're buying, towards next month's savings. This is a great time if you no longer have a kit available for you to stock up on some products. Okay, some of us like to carry inventory. So when I do a facial in my house, boom, I open this green cupboard behind me, I got stuff. Okay, and they can take it home with them. So, okay, so bonus. How close are 5 months needed for team leader? How close are you? Track that. So, what I found is a lot of people will hit senior manager and like, okay, I've arrived. And they've started a few people along the journey. And I'm like, no, keep going because that volume, that 6,000 now rolls into your team leader of your goal to 50. You've started the engines. And as a secret from me, when you start the engines of the train, it slowly gets going, right? You got to think of it. It like takes a bit and it's slowly rolling. And now it's rolling. And then you get to senior manager and you turn off the brakes and you parked again. And so this is where if you keep going after that senior manager mark and keep that excitement going and the follow-up that I will teach you here, then you're good to go. Okay, so do you have conference tickets? That's the other one. We always want to be at conference. You want to be close to the fire when your business is rocking and rolling. You want to be close to the fire when your business is falling apart in your eyes. But I always call it failing forward. Every time I think I'm at a roadblock, it actually was a breakthrough. Okay, but I just kept going. So, and of course, we have our Mother's Day special and any other bonus you can put in there for yourself. You can have personal bonuses, but take a screenshot, change this month to month, share this with your team. This is month end. Let's finish strong. Does that help you guys? Having a checklist? Chat. I'm going to see. Yes, yes. Awesome. So much. Okay, great. Awesome. Okay, I like to give value. And when I was putting this together, I was like, okay, what am I doing? All right. I'm going to make this screen. Okay, have a good customer follow-up plan is essential for consistent orders. Okay, so as you're building your business, so this is great. If this is week one, I'm going to teach you something that's going to follow through. Okay, create a follow-up script in your notes. Okay, so you put it in your notes, and this is where you're going to just literally copy and paste, and you're going to change some information. So I'm just going to take a sip of coffee because I saw it. My whole being body went, I want the coffee. So hold on. All right. I can move on. Okay, so create a follow-up script in notes. Okay, and keep it there and change it. When I do orders at a pop-up or a sit down, I personally take the orders. You can, if it's just one-on-one, I can plop it right into the phone. Okay. However, when I have a group of 3 or 4 people, I can find sometimes they end up on the wrong site. Sometimes like something's not working and it can be glitchy and frustrating depending. Like this is what, because I am not a techie. Even just getting on here, I was like, oh my gosh. And I panic. Like my whole being, if there's a tech problem, I freeze up and anxiety hits me like a rock. Okay. Maybe you don't have these problems, but I do take order forms because they also close people. Because then I just, after my presentation, I put out an order form in front of them. I'm like, okay, here's a list. Tell me circle what your favorite thing is. So they have an order form right there. And that's how I'm like, okay, what are you getting today? I literally assume the sale because the products are so great. So until they tell me no, right? I don't assume no until they tell me yes. That's where a lot of people will that's where the order forms really help, right? These products are so amazing. Why wouldn't you get the calming balancing gel right now? Why wouldn't you, get the experience kit at least right now? Why wouldn't you get the full ritual? There's a 30-day money back guarantee, like full size samples. Let's do this. Like, look at the changes in your face. Why wouldn't you want to look like that? So, anyways, so with that mindset, make sure that you have those order forms and that's how you close the sale. Okay. So follow up when they have their products. All right. So you want to make sure you do that. Follow up 2 weeks after using the products. And I always let them know, please reach out to me. In my create follow-up script, I will show you how I do that, but you want to follow up 2 weeks after using that. Sometimes I hear from them like, please keep me posted. Please tell me like every 5 days, every 3 days, how your skin is feeling. Some people do. I'm like, be interactive. I'm your skincare coach. Like, I literally say that. When you start a health journey, you have a coach. I am your skincare coach. You can't get this at Sephora. You don't get a coach. You walk away. This is new to you, I know, but use me as your coach. My job is to get you to have the best. Make sure they take their before pictures because I'm telling you, those before and after pictures, they will let you share them. I find like 50% of them let me share them afterwards as long as they've taken them. Some people take them and erase them later and say, Lee, I just couldn't handle it, right? But they get so excited about their after and they have no idea how much their skin is changing. Okay. So make sure they take those before pictures because you're following after 2 weeks. And if you haven't had, they're like, oh my gosh, Leah, I'm loving it. Or, oh, Leah, like I'm actually having a problem and I'm their skincare coach. This is where I can help them with their system because we are 80% accurate with the system, okay? And but sometimes we have to play with it depending on someone. We're uniquely different and beautiful in our own ways. And then follow up 3 months after because they should be running out of products here for sure. Okay. And sometimes I'll even just put in a quick text and I create a texting group. So then I have a texting group and I use Reach. Reach is a free texting group. I have like 150, so I make sure I answer all my texts before I do this because you have to individual text people. I don't have an email system. The reason why is I never check my email ever. I'm the worst. And implementing email personally gives me anxiety. I work with my anxiety levels. I don't know why I do now email. But I truly believe this is something you should capture. So don't do as I do, because this is something like you could do an email system, talk to your upline, maybe they have something. But for me, I will implement it and I should sooner than later. I pay for an email system, but I've never figured out how to use it. So, anyways, we are all imperfect. Okay. And that I am just, yeah. Okay, so what to say in the text. So you want to thank them. And if they ordered off of somebody's party, I always do like when they have you plus two people. Okay, so we'll talk about that. If you want to do parties, I'm like, it's as simple as you plus two, and you get to pick from my basket of gifts. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, I give you free product. You plus two. You plus two sounds great. So they book for you plus two. And then I coach them to have more people. Okay. So if they booked from a show, I always say, thank you so much for order and contributing to Karen's pop-up. So that's what I would add. Tips on when to expect the order. So make sure you like 2 to 5 working days, right? And how to order again. I always include www.remon.com. Make sure you go to this because there are third-party sites that are driving us crazy, and you want to make sure they go to www.remon.com. In almost every follow-up, especially your third month, make sure you, if you're running out of products, make sure you go to www.remon.com. Okay, so that is very important. All right, how to order again. If I create a password for somebody, when I take their orders, I actually personally create a password for them. And my password's the same for everybody. So guess what? And I send it to them, and here's your username, here's your password. You can change this at any time. If they don't go in there, they don't change it, and they go, Leah, and then I follow up, and they're like, yeah, I'm out of stuff. I don't remember my password. How many times do you get that? Then I know the password, okay? Because I created it. So if I'm creating their file, then I'm using the same password for every single person, okay? So save my name as Remon Lady in your phone. Put Remon Lady, okay? Join my Facebook group. So if you have a Facebook group for just your people, do this. Like this is great. Or if you don't want to add to that, because honestly, I do this full time. Like I don't have another business. Maybe you have a team one that you can join it where everybody so that it gets dripped on them all the time. That's where you're going to put the team one in here. So an ad tag message group, talk to your team leader. Maybe you guys have it. We all do something a little bit different. Maybe there's that for you. Okay. Add to your texting list. So I tell them, I'm going to add you to my texting list so that you don't miss out on any of the promos or anything personally that I'm doing. Because sometimes I do something personal, right? Sometimes if I'm low on sales, I can do a draw. I could be like, anybody who makes an order with the Mother's Day orders, I'm going to, by such and such date, I'm going to do a draw for the multi-stick balm. Okay, so you can do stuff like that. And you could do it as easy as creating that text and just always thank them. Every time I text them, I thank them for being my customer. This is my business and they are the livelihood of my business. And I look after my customers and because they often become planners because they're getting, some of you are in here because you were a customer first and you had such great results that you're like your friends. Like my customer right now, she's like, I'm like, you're either starting the business or I have to give you my cards because everywhere she goes, she's getting people ask her about her skin. She hasn't responded back. I'm like, Janet, you either got to start the business or I'm going to arm you with some of my business cards. Because like I'm giving your number everywhere. I'm like, I'm going to give you business cards. And we laugh about it. I'm having fun. Can you guys hear my energy through this call? If you feel my energy through this call, I want you to type yes. Okay. You are energy. We transfer energy from one person to another. This energy is what's growing my business. The products are second. Show up with love and good energy and have fun. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. And posture, because I know how good these products are. They're amazing. They're the best in the world. Hands down. Let me know when your order comes in. Okay, so with that, I want you guys to go right now, take a minute, and I want you to create this. Okay? Create this and put it in your notes. Okay, and you're going to put, hi, And I can actually, how do I do that? Hmm. Tracy, if I send it to you, do you mind putting it in my notes? Put it in the notes?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go to my notes and you guys can change it because I'll never ever say that I know everything because I am always changing things myself. I'm just gonna now I go into my notes because my notes is my brain. If I lose my notes, I'm in so much trouble. Okay. So, oh, and I tell them how much they saved. So here's this. Thank you so much for making an order with me. Okay. So here you go. Okay, thanks again. Copy. Copy. Okay, so I'm going to send this to Tracy, and Tracy is going to copy and paste it. Okay, and if they ordered from a party, then I would, oh, let double check, Tracy. I'm not giving them, oh yeah, okay, you can put it because I changed it. That's not the right password I send, and that's not the right. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't sending everybody somebody's login information. That would have been bad. Okay. This is why when you're organized, this is how you're going to slow down to speed up. Okay. This is how you're going to have repeat customers. We're building a business of products that they're gonna want to order. And I don't want them to feel complicated and end up on a random site and order their products from somebody else when I did the work. Okay. Did that work? Did that go into comments? I can't find comments now. You guys, I'm clueless. Comments are gone for me. I can't see them. Fun times. What's the trick, Tracy? I've been wanting to ask while people are doing this. How do I see comments when I'm in the full screen?
You have to hover over the top bar. But I think you've hit something because I've got the comment, the thing in the chat, but I can't hit send. So I don't know if I don't know. Anyway, keep going. I'll figure it out.
Okay. Okay. All right. See? All right, because I can't see comments now, and I love to talk to you, and I've always wondered how that works. So, okay. What to say in a text. Okay, so we're done this. We'll have this done by the end of the call, and you guys will have that. Okay. I'm going to focus on why to make it a party because I think this is something we can do. And I think I get the mindset. I don't want to leave my home. I'm out of my home already. But I'm telling you, two parties a month, two parties a month. Start there. I prefer, ideally, the perfect schedule would be one party a week. That would be huge. Our show sales are so high when we do party. Not all the time. I've had some parties where it's like, what happened? Everyone just bought the multi-stick. Like super confused. You're going to get a dud. Nothing is 100%, okay? But when you do multiple, you will see your average is going to be over $1,000. Okay. When you're getting in, and I've been in low income groups too. There's a chat bar. It went up. See, now it's like there. It wasn't there, and now it's there. Okay, let's see what love the theme party. Okay, good. Is that for a customer who becomes a planner? Is that for a customer who becomes a planner? What is what, Karen? Karen, I'm confused. Is what for a customer? Okay. Yes, girl. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. I see all the yeses. I can't even remember what question I asked you, but I'm so glad you guys are agreeing with me. Okay. So why not make it a party? Okay. This is this is huge. So pick a theme. They love it. I've been doing chocolate fondue. I picked up this super cheap chocolate fondue and I put chocolate in it. It melts right there. It's $30 on Amazon. You put it on high, it melts. I use Calabo chocolate from Save on Foods with a little bit of coconut oil. very little because oils are bad for you. And I'm like the holistic girl, organic coconut oil. Like yeah, anyways, Calibo is the cleanest, okay? It's one of the cleanest. And I make a little bit of chocolate there, and all she has to do is supply anything. They love it. I said, all you have to do is supply anything you want to dip into chocolate. I'll bring it. They're like, "What? For real?" I'm like, "People love it." Okay. Then I make an invite on Canva and it just has a fun invite of people doing facials, and on it I'm advertising chocolate fondue. Chocolate fondue and facials. Fondue and facials. It's cute, right? Tell me it's cute. I think it's cute. So yeah. So now that we're getting warmer, patio and deck parties are fantastic. People want to be outside. So have a patio deck parties. I did ice cream parties for a while, which is super fun, and everybody brings the topping that they want to put on their ice cream. On the hot days when we start getting hot, it's still snowing here, but maybe you guys are somewhere where it's actually warm. You supply the ice cream and everybody brings whatever they want to put on the ice cream. Like I used to think, because I'm going to be honest, I'm a little red. Like I'm a little like I have fun, but I'm not really a theme girl, a party girl. I couldn't believe how much women loved this. Like, I just couldn't believe it. Ice cream parties were a hit all summer long. I did. Okay. So, mystery house parties. So, if you haven't done, when you do it in your own home, you can offer them a gift for doing that, right? And you're going to pick the person who gets the gift. So you can either pick the gift when the show sales gets to be this much. This is the gift. When the show sales gets to be this much, that's the gift. You can be creative. Okay. If you're locked into 30% for life, right? Maybe you're like, sometimes, like if I'm doing my home, I will give 10% when the show sales is so much. Okay, yeah, I'm not making a whole lot on that party because I'm giving 10% of the sales. But I look at this as I'm building lifetime customers because my customer service follow-up is so good and I have such a high retention of reorders because of my system. Okay. You're not going to get reorders without that system. That's why I wanted to start with this, that it's worth me investing. Does that make sense to you guys? I hope that makes sense, right? It's worth investing. So put investing in there if that makes sense, because sometimes I get it. I get being broke. When I started Remon, I was $2,000 left in my bank account and I still had rent to pay and I've sold everything. Okay, I get being broke, but I also invested in the products, I still got largest business pack. I got two actually because things were exploding and but I'm also highly connected and I ran with it. And did that make my investment back? So I do little investments in my business ongoing. Okay, Mystery Hostess is great. Margarita Mondays. I used to find Mondays were like the worst time to have shows. I used to be a person who literally did 4 shows a week, okay, with another company. I was selling 15 to 20,000 in product a month, every single month. So if you guys want to do that, you can do that. I don't want to do that. It's not good for my health right now, but if you're healthy and young and vibrant, I was in my 20s, I had babies, but I was on a mission and I was building a business. You can turn your life around from one, or you pick one month where you're going to run hard. Okay? You could do that. Margaret, I couldn't book shows on Mondays, and that was a night because I picked my nights that worked for my family when I was doing these parties. I'd book 4, but there's always cancellation, so I'd always do 3. 3 was kind of my goal. And Margarita Mondays was huge. Was huge. That was I actually bought like a margarita machine and was doing margaritas at people's show. So some people, I heard them, you can Google some ampule. You can do ampule drinks, right? With our collagen. So you can create something from that. Okay, whatever. Like these are some ideas. Okay, they love them. Okay, so how to ask for a party. You're excited. You're excited. You plus two, pick from my basket of gifts, $500 show and one booking. You're going to get this. Okay. I always give them that gift. I'm like, oh my gosh, we have a $500 show here, ladies. Who's going to be the booking? to help Karen get XYZ. Right, let's continue this. How many of you had so much fun tonight? Where do I get to go next? I want to see you all again. And let's invite some new people. Do you hear how I'm saying it? It's not pushy. It's like, let's play. Okay, we're playing in my playbox. We're playing in my sandbox. Let's go play. Let's do this all again. This is so fun. It's the energy. Okay. You have to ask. Keep it fun. And who's doing the next one? Okay. So I want you to write down a list right now of people you know. Let's take some time because I've been coaching you guys and I want to make sure you get this information. Okay. So I want you to write down people that you know who would do that you're going to be brave and you're going to either host one in your home if you haven't. Maybe you had one and it flopped. Do another one. Do another one. I'll tell you, I hosted one in my home and I had nothing on my calendar. I had one person show up and I did like a 2-day one. They can come by anytime. I never do that anymore. I have a set time because it wasted 2 days, but I hung out at home. I had my neighbor show up. She ended up booking a show. And from her show, I got 2 bookings. From those 2 bookings, I got like 4 bookings. From those 4 bookings, and then I started getting all these new planners, these new people starting. That one show changed my whole business for the whole year. One show. Okay. So make a list. So let's pause here. Okay. And I want you to make a list of who you're going to ask to host a show. Can you do online shows? I get that as well. That's also a question. That's what I use those Thursdays. They can come to the Thursdays, or if you do one in your group. I haven't done one. I need to do one. I meant to do one this month because it's my birthday month. I was going to do it as my birthday month. I just got way too busy. So I'll do one. For me, I just prefer the belly to belly than the online ones because once the products are on them, like it's just easy. It's just easy. Okay. But yes, you can do online ones. I just find they're slow for me. I don't get a huge amount of orders from them, but they're a great way to get people into your social media. So make a list. Okay. So we're going to stop. You're going to make a list of people for your party. If you're in business already, you can even open up. We're going to stop for 10 minutes here. You're going to open up your customers and you're going to backtrack. Okay. And you're also going to make lists of all your customers that you're going to follow up with. This is the end of the month. We have Mother's Day specials. This is a great time to connect with all these people. So before we stop, let's finish the call with 10 minutes and then I'll turn around and we'll finish this up, okay? So we're gonna do customer follow-up. We're gonna make a list for people to ask a party. Sound good? And I'm gonna mute me and I'm gonna set my timer. And then we're gonna close off here at 8:53. And I've got to make an announcement for our call coming up on Thursday. So somebody asked me what I put in the basket of gifts, and I put smaller items. So there's like the lip balm, I mean the lip oil, the multi-stick balm, the body wash, or not the body wash, the body lotion, um, that kind of stuff. Okay. And then also when they have a show, I also encourage people to bring a friend, always bring a friend. And when they bring a friend, they either get a gift or they get a raffle draw towards gifts. And that's where I give samples. So I'll get a loofah from the dollar store and get a little sample container of the body wash. Okay. You can get sample containers on Amazon, or I really like giving the exfoliator because I still have old ones of exfoliator. So the cleanup powder because they last forever. So it's a small investment for you guys too. And I pick up these little scrubber brushes for their face on at the dollar store, and that's a gift. So, and I have a little container of the exfoliator in there. So, not expensive. So, and they love gifts. I also got really soft cloths. My mom has a farmer's market that she works, and we'll be doing the Thursday night call. But these soft cloths, and she charges $2.50 for these cloths. So I stock up on them and I use those as gifts because they're my favorite. They're what I wash my face with. I love them. And so they get a cloth sometimes. So yeah. So I have people that want to host shows for those cloths. It's crazy. They're like, I want a package of six. And I'm like, hey, host a show, get me in front of people. I'll give you a package of six. Sometimes they just host a show for those. Like sometimes you just find something, right? And then I'm supporting her business as well because she's a cute old lady at the farmer's market. So yeah, just things to consider. Okay, let me find my little scrubber brushes. Oh, there's one. I'll grab it. Can you guys see this? I made you guys small so I can't see anybody or can't see myself. There we go. There they are. They're just little scrubber brushes. And they have like a little, they're super cute. I've never used it. I just give it as gifts. So I just go to the dollar store and I look at what's in the facial department. Sometimes they can be, headbands, right? You can use these, like whatever you find that's cheap, right? So cheap and cheerful, but around spa. Oh, Korean, I never seen it. Yeah, every dollar store is different. Yeah, they can roll the dice for your gift basket. Oh, right. I forgot about that. Okay. Yeah. So Kareen does this. She's my one of my party girls, and she also hits 4,000 SP every single month or more. And she does parties as well. She rolls a dice. So because they love it. I gotta remember that. And they get to pick from the basket that night of their show, and she brings dice. And if they roll a six, they get it for $6. If they roll a 10, they get it for $10. And they like and so you're making a little bit of money back still. And they just e-transfer you or whatever, right? I think that's what you do, Kareen. So yeah. Yeah, super good. And or some people like whatever. And then they get that gift for, in your basket. So it's not costing you the full amount and they're rolling for it and they get that as a gift the night of their show. So yeah, that's kind of fun. You order a 50 pack of headbands on Amazon and everyone gets one at the party to take home with them. That's really nice. I'm cheap. I'm cheap, but I'm not. So they got to work for their gifts. And I'll just tell you, like, I would never put on a headband at a party, unless if it's been used, because I had lice in my house once. You have lice in your house once, you never, ever. ever put anything in your hair or a brush that someone else has used. So I have PTSD from that. So I just bring bobby pins and elastic bands for people, and then they throw them out. So that's what I do. Okay, we got 3 more minutes. Making a list and putting it on paper is really important. I don't want you to overlook this. Um, so if you don't have enough time today, sorry, I kind of went into coaching. It's a hard class to do. But I hope you guys got value. So because I want people to understand the power of a party and how quickly it can change your business and proper follow-up. So I did need some coaching there. But at least you're left with hopefully a follow-up thank you and you understand, right? And a follow-up plan because that will change your business. And then some ideas about parties so that you can get excited about it and not be overwhelmed by it. Because if you want to turn your business around, honestly, you can turn it around with one pop-up, right? And people are like, kind of the lockdowns kind of stopped people from visiting people. Whenever they come, everybody's so thankful they came and their skin feels amazing. And we always have fun. So hopefully this is giving you some confidence. This has been fantastic. Thank you for all it. Pop-ups are my best vehicle for sales. Awesome. Okay, Mary, thank you. Not having been to a party, I think I need to consider how it's run. Honestly, don't overthink this, Karen. Just if you're using the products, you're you get people to use the products. So, whether you send them to the bathroom to wash their face, I bring little bowls if there's more than people, so they're washing their face right there, and some little washcloths and stuff. Don't overthink it, but talk to the person who introduced you. And yeah, and yeah, you can if you want to do it, you can reach out. You can reach out to myself. Do I have training saved? I don't know. I'd have to think about that. So, yeah, might be able to help you. Okay. So, I want to just go to the next one. Me and my mom. Me and my mom. We're gonna do master class. My mom is a rock star. She is 72 years old, 73. I forget. I don't know. She says she's 73 years here because she's counting the year she turned one. So she's actually 72. So then I always lose track because I keep hearing her say 73. So it's very confusing. Anyways, but that's she is a rock star as well. At this business, how she grows her business is she does farmers markets. And she's got one that she's paying $20 a week, and she goes frequently, and she gets people coming to her house because she doesn't drive. So my stepdad drives her to her markets, and she does them, and people come to her for facials. And she is busy almost every day doing this as a business. Cool, right? How many of you think that's cool? Right? So me and my mom are going to be doing a master class this Thursday. I'm going to my mom's. We're gonna have some fun and we're gonna be teaching people. I think it's gonna be really good because like I have not put on any makeup. And yes, my skin's not perfect, but I'm on targeted chemo, you guys. Like you can't like look at I it blows my mind. And my hair, I haven't done it. I've never had such volume. And I washed my hair last night and didn't do anything to it. Like all this hair. And I even lost a bunch of hair from targeted chemo. And then my mom being 72, 73, however old she wants to be, her story on her skin as well. And she also is going to teach a magic trick with using those cushions. So it's going to be a skincare class with a slash of makeup talking to people in their 50s and 70s. So we really wanted to, everything I do is about bringing a friend. Okay, so we're going to do a draw. So bring your person, so your +1 entry into a draw. We're going to say bring a mom, okay, or bring a daughter. But then we're like, some people don't have moms anymore, and we don't want to, some people may not have a daughter and they have a son or whatever. Bring a friend close to you, whatever. So we decided to just do it this way because we didn't want to exclude anybody. Um, but it is, and also we'll be obviously talking about our amazing specials that we have right now. Hopefully, ours will be in because we ordered them and we can talk about that briefly. But we want to keep it to a quick half-hour class. So it's gonna be quick, but I think it's gonna be a lot of fun because it's gonna be a mother-daughter class. So who do you know who's a mom? Who do you know who has a daughter? And this can get people sharing to both. So, will it be recorded? I love that. Bring your person. Yes. Thanks, Kareen. Will it be recorded? Yes. As long as we remember to press record. So, if you're joining the call, put press record in the chat. So, I will make sure I put a sticky on my computer. So, yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing. So, you can finish off this call with making this is something where you want to post in your stories, not this particularly, but post things about Mother's Day, post things about mom and like ask questions, is your mom still with you today? And you're able to celebrate her this year, and just and if something like that, just to get kind of people having a conversation with you. So we've done lots of classes on social media where we kind of create interest. And then if you have your own group, of course, post this in there. Just don't post the link. Never post the link. Post, reach out to me for the link. Okay. So create curiosity. And yeah, so we're gonna have some fun with it. I'm actually gonna get Tracy. I'm gonna get you. I don't know if Tracy's here. Tracy, are you here still? She doesn't look like she's here. So I did do up a thingy. Let's see if I can find it. Which group did I put it in? And I should have done this. So all in is our chat group. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it of what me and my mom are going to cover. Love this idea. Okay. How to promote for Thursday. Copy. I'm gonna copy that. And Tracy, are you there? Who's here that I can send it to you? I think Tracy's gone missing. Let me go to chat. Kareen, can I send it to you and you put it in the chat group? Oh, Tracy, you're back. Can you put this in the chat group, Tracy? Because I don't know how to do it. And that's how to promote for Thursday. So basically it says, what works for 50 plus skin doesn't work for 70 plus skin. Join us as we share what we've learned together. Real routines, real skin, real results, plus a live cushion demo you have to see to believe. Bring your person plus one equals entry into our draw. Okay, so Tracy will post that on the top. How's this for promoting Thursday? So I was asking the girls and they said great. So, anyways, but yeah. Oh, she took that out. Okay, perfect. So hopefully that gave you a lot. Sorry, it was more of an instruction class than a do. I spent a lot of time of this because I really care, and I just want you guys to all know that you're in the right place at the right time and to fire yourself up, stay close to the fire. If you're on this call, you are doing that and keep learning and growing. But your enthusiasm, your posture, your certainty is what you need to check in first. Okay. So go out there, let's glow up the world together and have yourself the most amazing week. All right. I haven't been following up as good as I could. Yes, that's huge. Can you imagine all the reorders from all your work? Guys, that's where it's at. Okay, so it is 8:59. I'm gonna leave at that. Thank you guys so much.